Hello and welcome. This is Mr. Lauren with Reading is Fantastical with another book review for you today. I think you're going to love it. Now, in celebration of Black History Month, which is in February, I'm going to start a series of books we're going to be reviewing that kind of center around that particular theme. So just give us a few moments here to learn some new and interesting things. But for this week coming up, this book is going to be very interesting. This story is about the legacy of a certain people's ancestry. Okay, those are African Americans or just Africans itself. And you'll see this is a celebration of the accomplishments that came before us here as African Americans. And while some freedoms were taken, the spirit, the spirit was not. So let's find out who these people are. Okay, let's go to the next page. Look at the cover. All right, there it is. This particular book is called Your Legacy. Your Legacy. So this is something that, even though it may not necessarily pertain to you, then it could be something you can learn about another set of people. So I think when we learn things, then we can learn and grow and be more open, right? So let's look at that. And then, of course, the subline is a bold reclaiming of our enslaved history. A bold reclaiming of our enslaved history. So let's take a look. Let's go to the next page. All right, so we'll look at the inside cover. Of course, as you can see, I have the book. You can get it for any public library, at least one here in Arizona. And also you can purchase this, I'm sure, quite sure, on Amazon, and I will include the link for that. So your story begins in Africa. Your African ancestors defied the odds and survived 400 years of slavery in America and passed down an extraordinary legacy to you or to someone that you know. Okay, beginning in Africa before 1619, a long time ago, your legacy presents an unprecedentedly accessible, empowering, and proud introduction to African American history for children. While your ancestors' freedom was taken from them, their spirit, as I mentioned, was not. This book celebrates their accomplishments, acknowledges their sacrifices, and defines how they are remembered and how those stories should be taught. All right, so there we go. We see the picture there. Okay, wonderful. Let's go to the next page. All right, so here is the copyright page. Once again, we want to make sure to highlight that information so we can find out who the publishers are. And of course, and also typically lists the author and illustrator information so you can let them know how much you appreciate the work, right? So that's written here, and sometimes the acknowledgments, as you can see. Next page. All right, here's the author page. Okay, Your Legacy, a bold reclaiming of our enslaved history, written by Schele Williams. I'm hoping that's been pronouncing that correctly, Schele Williams, and illustrated by Tonya Engel. Right, so we see all the different pictures that are here. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, there we go. So before we actually start here, we want to make sure are you ready to get to the story? Are you sitting comfortably? Are you relaxed? Do you have your reading ears on? Okay. Are you being quiet and keeping your hands to yourself? All right, let's go. All right, so let's get the first page. And there it is. It starts off with a page, shows the legacy of some folks from way back in the day. Legacy and the kind of dress that they have. Look at the kind of outfits that's being worn, huh? And the colors. Very, very colorful, right? Go to the next page. All right, your story begins in Africa. Did you know Africans were the first people on the earth? Africa is a continent. It's not a country, it's a continent that is home to many countries and many thriving nations. For thousands of years, Africans cultivated their land and grew many kingdoms that were passed down from generations to generation, generation to generation. They dreamt of the day their land would be passed down to you. All right, go to the next page. All right, ooh, look at this. Well, looks like we have some different things going on here. Lots of colors, lots of people doing different things here, animals. Okay, so let's read what's at the bottom. African people had great pride in their heritage and culture. Each nation spoke its own language and had its own identity and talents. Right, so it looks like there might be different tribes that are here. Right. All right, great, great. Let's go to the next page. All right, they believed their skin was kissed by the sun and made many colors of brown to reflect all the beauty of the earth. All right, so we see some words here. Okay, some things I recognize. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, basically how you greet someone. And of course, they would say typically response, wa alaikum salam. Okay, for those who practice Muslim. All right. All right. So let's also read here. All right, good. Lots of stuff going on. Playing games at the top of the picture. Very cool. Let's go to the next page. All right. Looks like we see some folks in their African attire. Let's read what's at the bottom. In the summer of 1619, ships from Europe arrived on the shores of Africa. European slave traders had come to take African people away. Although your ancestors did not want to leave their homes, they had no choice. Okay? In some cases. We'll see if they talk about that. Go to the next page. All right. So we see, looks like getting on a ship here. All the people taken were put on ships for a very long journey. They had no idea where they were going, that's for sure. And they feared what life was going to be like in this new place. But your ancestors were determined to survive. Right? Go to the next page. All right. When they finally landed in the Americas, in one example, because they went to other countries. Oh, they're going to talk about it. They were surrounded by people from other African countries and Caribbean islands. All of these people were now called slaves. Your ancestors were immediately separated from one another and given new names. They were put into groups with other enslaved people who all spoke different languages. They were forced to do grueling work. See the pictures of that, right? Basically sold into slavery. Go to the next page. All right, although they were strangers, they chose to love, see that big word? Love, and protect one another as family. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, they needed to find a way to communicate with one another. It was their intellect, it's a big word, intellect, that allowed them to combine all the languages they spoke to create one new one called Pidgin. Because they all come from different countries, they didn't speak the same language. They had to figure out something that they could learn pretty quickly and be able to communicate amongst the different cultures, right? Also, they also found a new language that they could share, music, right? So music and a new language called Pidgin, Pidgin. Go to the next page. Music was more than a language. It was a connection to Africa. Your ancestors sang songs from their homeland to hold on to their cultures and religions. They sang spirituals as prayers to help them survive. Their bodies became drums as they stomped and clapped rhythms in that connection that connected them to their past. Music was a powerful tool used for survival. It also became a powerful language or tool for escape. Ooh, wow. Okay, we'll find out more about that, I'm sure. Next page. Okay, so we see the sunflowers and see the pictures within there. Different people, how they come together. Okay. All right, let's go to the next page. For some enslaved people, escaping meant secretly learning to read and write in English, sneaking food and spices from the kitchen to cook something special, or smuggling messages to someone they loved. Those actions were important, for every act of defiance was empowering and, big words, big letters, courageous, right? Courageous. Sometimes escaping meant running away. Let me go to the next page, make sure we go there. There we are. Sometimes escaping meant running away. Your ancestors wanted to be free again and to be reunited with their families more than anything. They wrote and sang songs with secret codes. Right? Go to the next page. Some songs were used to help them find family members. Others were used to discuss plans to escape or to help others on their escape routes to freedom. Okay, let's go to the bottom. It was your ancestors' determination, right, to survive that drove them to keep seeking ways to escape slavery, even though it was dangerous. Right? Dangerous. Let's go to the next page. Number one, Harriet Tubman was an escaped slave who led more than 300 people to their freedom as conductor of the Underground Railroad. All right, so she snuck people to be able to conduct themselves, or she snuck people out of the country, basically. Okay, number two, Henry Box Brown shipped himself in a wooden container from Virginia to Philadelphia. Oh, let me go to the next page to see that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Shipped himself. Ooh, number two, you see him. Okay. He put himself in a box, mailed himself out. That's wild. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Number three, we see here in the middle, William and Ellen Craft boarded a train in North Carolina and escaped to the north. Ellen had light skin, so she cut her hair short and dressed in men's clothing. She wrapped her head in bandages to look like an injured white man. William pretended to be her servant. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Very bold. All right, number four is also on this page. Number four, Frederick Douglass disguised himself in a sailor's uniform and carried a free sailor's protection pass loaned to him by someone who thought he deserved freedom. Okay, so you see the bottom right, middle bottom right area? Very cool. All right, let's go to the next page. Okay, so I have to read from here, but basically I don't think 5 is on this page. Oh, yes, it is. It's up in the steamship. Okay. Number 5, Robert Smalls worked on a steamer. When the white crew went ashore, Robert and other slaves working on the ship took the boat and picked up their families at a special meeting place in the middle of the night. Robert put on the captain's uniform and sailed them all to freedom. Wow, very cool. Let's go to the next page. Okay, your ancestors were brilliant. They invented all kinds of amazing things. All right, so find out what's coming up first. Let's look for Joe Anderson. Okay, let me go to the next. I'll go to the next page here. Let me go to the next page now for you. All right, there you go. All right, Joe Anderson, the Reaper, a wheat harvester. There's Joe Anderson at the top. Okay, Nathan Nearest Green, master distiller. So he fixed up different wines, liquors, and things of that nature. Okay. Henry Boyd, corded bed frame called the Boyd bedstead. Okay. Okay. You see that? Henry Boyd. All right. So we got Benjamin Bradley. Okay. All the way to the right there. Steam engine large enough to drive the first steam powered warship. Wow. Pretty cool, huh? Let's go to Benjamin Montgomery. Bottom left. Benjamin Montgomery steamboat propeller. The propeller, thing that turns around. And Ned, just one name, Ned, cotton scraper. Wow, very cool. Cotton scraper. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, so we see pictures. Oh, it looks like we're in inner city here. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so we see the pictures. Let's go to the next page. All right, so here we see strength and ingenuity as big words. Let me go start from the top. That innovation had never stopped. Look around and feel proud knowing that it was the strength, hard work, and ingenuity of your enslaved ancestors that built and continues to define America. You are part of that. So let's look at number 1. Go back to the previous page here. Okay, it says here what's it look like number 1. Okay, up all the way up top left. Okay, so blood plasma bank, Dr. Charles Drew. Okay, Basically, I know that name because he's part of my fraternity. You got it. All right, number 2, automatic brake for trains. Granville T. Woods. Granville T. Woods. Number 2, right underneath number 1, top left. Okay, all the way up. Number 3, peanut butter. George Washington Carver. Where's number 3 at? Here's number 3. Where's number 3? Where's number 3? Well, we'll find it here in just a little bit. Oh, there it is. Right across in the middle at the top. Okay, we see the peanut factory over there. All right. So number 4, black hair care empire, Madam C.J. Walker. Okay. So we'll see at the bottom, I believe, number 4. Number 4. Yep. Okay. Where's number 4? Oh, there it is, right in the middle, the top picture, right? Okay. And number 5, ironing board, Sarah Boone. Number 5, middle, where the cleaners is. Okay. Number 6, jazz, Buddy Bolden, Bessie Smith, Duke Ellington, Dizzy Gillespie, Billie Holiday, Count Basie, Miles Davis, Ella Fitzgerald, and many more. Number 6, right there with the open window. Number 7, ice cream, Augustus Jackson. Number 7. Okay. Bottom left, it says ice cream right there at the bottom. Okay, number 8, mailbox, Philip B. Downing. Okay, bottom right, all the way down, all the way to the right, all the way over here. Okay, we see all of that. Augustus Jackson, number 8, Philip N. Downing. Okay, Philip B. Downing, number 8. Okay, we'll go to the next page. And there it is, bottom right there with post office, mailbox, I should say. That's cool. And number 9, as you can see, carbon filaments for light bulbs, also involved in invention of the telephone, Lewis Latimer. Very cool. All right, let's go to the next page. All right. Okay, so we see some people. One has a baby in their hand. Looks like some young ladies. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, your ancestors never forget who they were and where they came from. Never forgot who they were and where they came from. They walked with grace and dignity. Their names matched the many gifts they had given to them. The next page. All right, love. We see people, oh, look at them bowing down. Very cool. And the heart behind them, oh, very nice. Next page. All right, so there's just another area of love, man and female. And then we see another example of love from giving and receiving advice from your mother, right? Go to the next page. All right, so Edmund Pettus Bridge. So you see Martin Luther King Jr. there in the picture. Okay, other folks there as well. Okay, very good. Go to the next page. All right, determination and courage. Determination and courage. All right, Coretta Scott King and other people as well. Okay. All right, brilliance. So we see all the athletes and stars and things of that nature. Mary McLeod Bethune, Muhammad Ali, Maya Angelou, James Baldwin. Okay, next page. All right, intellect. Tuskegee Airmen. Okay, pilots. Okay, Barack Obama, first black president. Shirley Chisholm, all the way to the right. Okay, we'll see Emma C. Jemison, one of the first astronauts, female black astronauts that went in the sky. Okay, and Jesse Owens at the middle bottom. Okay, be able to be a fast sprinter. Go to the next page. All right, ingenuity. Misty Copeland, Josephine Baker, Miles Davis, Aretha Franklin, all artists and dancers, right? Next page. Marian Anderson, Alvin Ailey, Grace, Count Bailey, Ella Fitzgerald, and the other side of Miles Davis at the bottom. Okay. All right. Go to the next page. All right. Your ancestors passed down the best of themselves. This is your legacy. All those years ago, they endured so that you wouldn't have to. They fought for their freedom and yours. They fought a long time ago so that you wouldn't have to these days, right? That's the plan anyway. Okay. All right, let's look at the next page here. Okay, make sure to turn the page here. There we are. Yeah, they knew that freedom was the first step to equality. They had given you all the tools you need to grow the hearts and minds of every generation. Okay, equality, which is a big word, is the gift you will pass down to the next generation. All right, go to the next page. Ooh, I like this rainbow. Okay, sunflowers there. Somebody's playing and walking in the garden. Next page. Now take a deep breath, close your eyes, and receive your ancestors. Love, intellect, determination, courage, brilliance, strength, ingenuity, grace, and ingenuity. They are a part of you. They are part of you. And honor them and their sacrifices in those areas. Okay. Okay, the next page. All right, so you see a bust or a big statue of Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, he fought for everybody. Make sure we all knew that. Go to the next page. All right. You are meant to do great things. Walk tall, hold your head high, and change the world. All right. Next page. All right. So we see a tree with roots here, getting in deep into the ground. Love, brilliance, ingenuity, courage. Okay. Those are deep roots that the tree won't go away. Go to the next side, next page. All right. Strength, intellect, grace, determination, dignity. That's also on the same tree. So you can gain both. Okay, have a little bit of both things going on, right? Okay, so the next page here. And then basically listed here are the author's notes. So it is pretty lengthy. I read you a little bit about it. I wrote this book with humility and gratitude for the sacrifices made by my enslaved ancestors. So make sure you take a look at that. And it has an illustrator's note as well. If an illustrator, okay. Deeply honored to have had the experience of illustrating this book. For me, not only was it an opportunity to share the journey of our ancestors who have passed away for us, but as an alternative to help them pass along an important part of our past for the children, our future, in a way should that we've never seen before. All right, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for this new year. Taking a few moments of doing that. I want to grow the channel. So if you wouldn't mind just hitting the like, share, and subscribe, just hit it. I'll bring everything. I'll do all the other work. I just need you to help me out with the subscribe part. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye now.